Okay. Hi, I'm Jay.
Hi, I'm Rae.
Uh-huh.
And we have just come out of watching The Disappointments Room. So, spoilers from this point, because we're going to talk about it a little bit.
Lots of spoilers.
So, basically, this movie it hit a lot of the tropey
It really did.
horror things. And I like the tropey horror things. Basically, it's a family with a dead kid in their history going out into...
They moved into a big new house.
Big new house. It's a fixer-upper. And then creepy shit happens. That's basically it.
It's that movie. You've seen that movie before.
It's that movie. And I do think I've seen better versions of that movie, for sure.
Oh, for sure. You know what else movie we have seen before?
What?
We have seen the horror movie that uses mental illness as a plot point. And we have seen that movie over and over and over.
Right. And especially with, spoiler alert again, but, God, I can't even remember what that movie is.
I'm sort of thinking about the Babadook.
Right? I was thinking of the other one that we just recently saw that I cannot remember the name of for the life of me.
Okay.
The girl in the dark. The blinking. She could only be in the dark, but...
Oh, that was, okay, that was Diana was the character's name,
Yes.
and the movie was called...
Lights Out. Lights Out. I remembered. I kept thinking, don't blink, and I was like, no, that's the other one.
Yeah. Okay.
No, Lights Out. Now, Lights Out did, mental illness horribly. Of course, the only way to help... that a mentally ill person can help would be to literally kill themselves and whatever. So spoilers on that, like I said before. But this movie, I don't feel quite like they broached it in that way. I don't feel like she was necessarily something to fix. Her mental illness was the problem of the movie.
Yeah, I mean, her mental illness was the problem of the movie. It was, crazy woman kills her kids.
Right. She didn't kill both of her kids. She only killed one of them.
But she got close.
That's bad. Yeah.
I mean, she was a danger, and she may or may not have killed the neighborhood kid.
But he vanished. I don't know what the hell was going on with that neighborhood kid. There were loose ends with, God, I don't even remember his name. They said it 4 times.
Yeah.
He was the guy that was played by
Ben?
Lucas Till. All I can remember him as is Havoc.
And he was Junior. He was Ben Junior.
He was Ben Junior. Because there's Ben Senior who drinks.
Is it Ben?
Yeah.
I think Ben.
Ben.
Whatever. He might be dead. He's probably dead.
But, was there even a... okay, so she tells this dude she's hired to go dig up this grave, and then he gets killed while doing this grave thing, except we ended up not seeing his body. Well, we saw his body, and then all of a sudden the body wasn't there. But does that also go with the actual gravesite wasn't there to begin with?
Oh, I think the grave was there.
Yeah?
And I think Ben is dead. I do.
Mm-hmm.
And go on.
Oh, no, go ahead. I interrupted you.
I was just going to say, I also feel like those portraits were not really there.
Right, because she burned them and they came back.
Yeah, I think they came back in her brain.
Yeah.
But we didn't really come back.
Yeah. So, I'm not sure.
Same with the door. I don't think that door came back either.
No, I totally don't think the door came back. So, the question is, was it just she was mentally ill and hallucinated everything, or was there were definitely hallucinations going on, but was there also a ghost?
And usually I like that question.
Because
my favorite horror movies tend to be ones where was that a ghost?
Right.
Was that just psychological suspense?
Mm-hmm.
Sin and Tucci?
Right. Oh, by the way, guys, Sin and Tucci, if you can get your hands on it, was so good. So good.
Right, so I've seen that question be an amazing thing that I love. In this case, I just am yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I think that's my feeling about this movie. All right, well, I saw that.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't bring anything new, for sure. It was just kind of with the exception of the fact that she did actually accidentally kill her daughter.
Yeah.
Which I don't actually often see very much in the horror movies. Like, they're not actually responsible usually for the things that cause them such pain.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just like, the thing I was curious about was because, well, first off, basically, Kate Beckinsale can overact in anything, and I will love her in everything. Like, I am pretty sure every single movie I've seen her in, no matter how bad it is, I'm just all like, Kate Beckinsale, she's so amazing. And so, like, there were some very definite, like, overacted moments. The one I really think very clearly of is the dinner party.
Oh my goodness.
Like, that was so heavy-handed. But my heart hurt for her because she's Kate Beckinsale and I love her. So I was really feeling, like, the anger and the grief going on there. That's why she was so, like, obsessed with the idea of the disappointments room, because she felt in herself, like...
She felt she was the disappointment.
Yeah, like she belonged there because she was not the person that she thought her family deserved.
Yep.
And, you know, the more I think about it, the more I am inclined to say it was, in fact, all in her head. With no ghosts at all.
Think so?
Yes, because we had a creepy old lady in the library, and she was all like, here's all this spiritual stuff, and here's all these ghosts, and then she literally says, I've been watching Poltergeist too much.
That lady planted everything in her head.
Yes, I think that old lady, not really, of course, no one really understood the depths of her mental illness, except for maybe her husband, which, God, that guy was a douchebag anyway. Like, I liked him the first time I saw him.
He had a couple moments where he was okay.
At the very beginning. And then, like, he just talked over her. He didn't appreciate, like, he didn't allow her to make her own decisions. She had to fight for it. And I just really didn't like him. And of course, why do they always make the decision to, our kid died, let's go into this empty house and isolate ourselves so we can be miserable?
It's just a bad choice.
And then he goes into the city for his own therapy session. Instead of, like, taking his wife for her therapy session when she's clearly not taking her medication. I'm just saying I have problems with that character.
I think I've come to terms with the fact that the only character I like in this movie is the house.
That was such... Okay. Seriously, out of everything,
the house
and
so
the
good.
Set was beautiful.
Honestly, the movie's worth watching just for the set.
Yeah.
They found a really good location.
Right. I mean, all the gardens and the gates and that spiral staircase. It featured so much in that movie, and every time I was just all like...
But they never really used it.
They never really
It was
used
there,
it.
but they never did anything with it.
Right?
We never got, like, a real good... They never made it into a good set piece, that
Right.
staircase. Well...
So, lukewarm, I guess, is... what I would say.
Or maybe not even that much. Maybe.
I think maybe I liked it better than you
Maybe
did.
so.
I would give it like a B-.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like, it's average, but not great. Maybe like a C+. Yeah. I think I would go with C+. They're pretty... I mean, it's nothing special. It's a suspense-y type of movie.
I mean, I've seen worse. But... C-.
C-. Okay, so we're like in the same neighborhood on that, really. You disliked it a little bit more than I did.
I'm trying to avoid giving it a D+.
A D++.
Because I don't think it
C-.
I don't think it deserves D+. I just wanna... We'll say C-.
Alright. So... I don't really have anything else to say about it. Like, it was pretty run-of-the-mill.
Yeah, and you know what? When there's a movie that really has stuff to say and says it well, we have things to say about it.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that we don't have nothing says something.
Yeah.
Right?
Like I don't feel about this movie like I felt about The Maze Runner, which was like, oh, so that was a movie that I just spent 2 hours on. Like, I was engaged with the characters, which was more than the other movie had, honestly. But there wasn't anything like mind-blowing or special, right? Okay, so that's first impressions.
Yeah.
If anyone else has seen The Disappointments Room, tell us what you thought. Right?
I think that's all I have to say.
All right, well then, that's that.
Not much to it, huh?
Not much to it.
Yeah. All right.
No, seriously though, like, wait for it, like, on video or Netflix or something.
Right, exactly.
And watch it for the house.
Yep.
Like, they could have done a lot more with the actual set.
Such a good set. That location was wasted on this movie.
Right.
Mm.
Like, I kind of want to find out where that location was because it was so amazing.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
They did have a really cute kitty.
There was a kitty.
There was a kitty, and
There's never
it.
a kitty. It's always the dog.
It is.
There was one of those too.
But the kitty was all like protecting the little boy, I guess, in a way, which I guess that cat just got eaten by a wild animal or something.
You think that's what it was?
Yeah. Because she came out of the house.
Either there was a ghost, or she killed the cat.
I don't think she killed the cat. I think the cat was random happenstance.
You think the cat...
I think the cat was outside in the woods and got eaten.
By a dog or
anything.
something.
By a wild animal. Because they'd already set the precedent that there was a wild animal on the property.
Nobody said that. The husband said that to try and calm down the lady.
Well, I mean, okay, so we can't, like, accept her as anything more
And I don't trust him for what he's saying. He was trying to get his wife to shut up because he didn't want to listen to her.
True. Ugh, God. But at any rate, they were in the country, there were woods. I firmly believe she did not kill the cat. I think the cat was random happenstance.
Okay.
I do. He doesn't even care enough to argue with me about that.
I was thinking this movie would be better if it had been like the townspeople doing stuff or something. I just needed something out of that town. They never delivered.
Mm-hmm.
The really cool ice cream lady never showed back up again.
Even though, like, seriously,
she was the most engaging character in the thing.
And then there was the creepy poltergeisty type
who was interesting, but she was not a good actress.
No. No, she wasn't. And she only had 2 scenes. And one of them was kind of like, not even, like why was that there?
Yeah, there was no reason for that to be there.
It was just a red herring to keep the ghost story going, I think. Well, all right, so those are our opinions. Like I said earlier, if you have seen the movie or if you just want to gripe about it or tell us that we're wrong.
Which we are.
You know, give us a comment. We want to talk about it, and you can change your minds. Maybe. Right? You can change my mind. You might not be able to change their mind.
Whatever.
But, whatever. Alright, so that is it for our immediately out of the theater kind of recap.
If we have other thoughts, then we will record a follow-up to this.
Absolutely.
All right. I don't see it happening.
I don't really see it happening either.
All right, well, thanks for watching.
Right, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.